Hi everyone, so today we talk about two things: how to fake natural light in studio, how to shoot with underwear models. Today will be a little bit different. This video will be mostly behind the scene look and my voiceover. So first thing we need to talk about is makeup. Yeah, it takes around 1 hour from start to finish, but this is one of the most important things you can do as a photographer. I know, hard to believe, but bear with me. First thing is, in that 1 hour you have two things to do. You need to set up your lights and you need to have talk with your team. And that is the most important part. Because usually you work with people you don't know. So what's better than to have 1 hour to talk about anything? So you talk about anything you want, from hobbies, how many cute dogs you have, which iPhone is the best or the worst, anything. Just so you get to know each other, and the feeling is far more relaxed when you go to start shooting. So when they go in front of the camera, they already know the person they want to portray. Usually it's something like this with me. First 10 minutes is just setting up lights, another 20-30 minutes is just talking, just being relaxed, easy, giving them tons of anything they can bring and eat. And then the last 10 minutes we talk about the shoot. So what I want from them, what's the mood, that the first 15 minutes is just testing out the lights, and then we go in front of the camera and do a test of makeup and test of lights. We do fine-tuning because we always need fine-tuning, and then the shoot starts. In this case, this was fairly easy shoot. Clothes were minimal and the makeup was fairly natural and didn't change from one look to another. So the light setup was as follows. As you will see across the whole video, the light setup is fairly simple, 3 lights, but it works amazingly well as a fake natural light. So what we did is like this. There are 2 soft boxes and in front of them is a diffusion panel, one-stop diffusion panel if we're precise, and this is in front of the model, and the diffusion panel is 2 meters by 2 meters, so fairly huge. And on the left side is a 7-foot, I know I'm mixing dimensions, so 7-foot or 2-meter long parabolic umbrella with silver inside. And so how it works is like this. The main light or the key light is the parabolic umbrella, and the fill light are the 2 soft boxes shooting through a diffusion. And the parabolic umbrella on the right side acts as a single powerful source of light, so like sun. This light setup I use constantly and clients always like it. Especially with underwear, you want something more relaxed. So why I chose to fake natural light and why I chose to shoot in studio? Well, few things. First thing, I had a time limit, so we only had like 2 hours to shoot 5 looks. Second, it was hot as hell outside, it was 35 degrees and studio had air conditioning, so air conditioning. But most importantly, I wanted to use precisely this backdrop because I knew that it would fit very well with the team and it would put photos on more the artistic side, but still keeping it quite commercial. So I own Pro Photo lights and I'm used to working with them, but this time I worked with Elinchrom. I work with Elinchrom quite a lot because a lot of studios in Slovenia actually have Elinchrom and I have no problem with that. And these specific lights can go from 1.5 to 6.5. In this case, I mostly worked with having key light twice as powerful as the fill light. My key light was usually around 4.5 and my fill light was usually around 3. I also had Nikon D810 and my lens was 24 to 70 f.2. So we shot Nives. She was Miss Slovenia and she has like really athletic figure and she looks good in, well, anything, but this time in underwear. Is it easy to shoot people in underwear? Not really. First, all the skin is showing, so retouching is quite a bit longer and you need to be far more precise. Second, makeup is important because a bad makeup artist will put completely wrong color on her face and then it won't match with the rest of her body. But okay, wait. Let's take out the Photoshop and just focus on the photography and how to shoot people in underwear or with a lot of skin. The first thing is, poses are completely different because when you have clothes hide part of the body, and when you have underwear there is nothing to hide. Because I wanted this natural wavy beach hair look, and yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work, not even one bit. So I think the most problem I had was hair. So yeah, this is how I fake natural light, and I hope I said at least something useful for you, and that this wasn't just a huge waste of time. I really hope so. So if you have any more questions, anything at all, just put them down below and I will try to answer as soon as possible. Scouts honor? I just bought a yo-yo, isn't that amazing? I found it just at our cheap local store for $1, and it even has lights. Yeah.